climb the ladder of success. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. Winston Churchill. Success is stumbling from failure to failure with no loss of enthusiasm. Winston Churchill. Try not to become a man of success. Rather become a man of value. Albert Einstein. Our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. Confucius. Once you get a job from your hard work, it doesn't stop there. If you want to continue to be successful, you have to continue to work your way up the ladder of success. I have had many opportunities to continue to be successful in the jobs that I've received since I've been 13 years old working as a babysitter. I constantly babysat, and the people that I babysat for would tell the people, the neighbors around them, how good I was and how they should use me. So I would go and I would get more babysitting jobs. And then I actually started working at 15 or 16 years old, and I worked at a restaurant called Sweet Tomatoes, and I was a greeter. And I grew up from being a greeter / salad tosser to working tables as well, which got really good tips. And I also worked as a cashier. So instead of just having one position, they would work me in 3 different positions. And if I had been older, I would have moved up from there. But since I was still in high school, unable to be full-time, it wasn't possible at that time. Another opportunity I had is I work in financial aid here at Wayland, and I was a student worker for a semester. And after that first semester, they asked me to stay on for a summer for a full-time position as the receptionist. And now I've continued to work there still as a student worker because the school thing, once again, has not allowed me to be full-time. And also, I have volunteered at the Santa Fe House, which is a nursing home here in Plainview, and they asked me to apply for a full-time position at their establishment, which I also could not accept. But these are all examples of continuing to be successful and climbing up that ladder of success once you receive a career and never giving up. So I'm going to start by telling you some steps to climb the ladder to management. Then I'm going to tell you how to climb that management ladder, and then I'm going to tell you how to climb that corporate ladder once you get up there. So first off, let's start climbing that ladder as soon as we get a position at a business. And let's say that we start in a mailroom. So once you get that job in the mailroom, even if you decide that later on this is not the business that you want to stay with, this is not the company that is really the best one for you, you still have to have the mindset that it is. You work in a way that no one can deny that you are a hard worker. Just so that in case, even if you decide to switch this company and leave to go to another one, you still have established a good rapport, and they can they'll give a good report of how well you work. So, according to Bridget Quigg on her blog about how to climb your way up to management, she says the first step is to be well liked. In that step, you're just basically proving your people skills and that you're eligible for a management position. Her next step is to dress the part. Now, I know a lot of you think that you have a lot of personality in your clothing style, but if you really want to be that successful manager, you're going to have to start dressing the part. Even if you think that that means that a stiff suit, just look at what your manager is wearing, and that's a good idea for what you should start wearing yourself. Her third step is to show that you're ready. You need to prove that you can handle more work and more responsibility. You need to finish quickly and effectively and start to do more than what is asked. Add on other jobs, try learning more things. The next step is to focus on the company's success. When you go in, you're not saying it's all about me, I want this higher position so that I can further my career. No, it's always about the company and how you being in this position will further the company and their success. You need to make your promotion a win-win. It's going to be a hard thing, Quigg says, to become a manager because so many managers are just holding tightly onto their jobs so that they don't lose them themselves. And maybe your manager is looking for a new job themselves and they want to go up themselves, so you can provide them with a 6-month plan, which will kind of ease their pain, and it may help you to prove that you can come to this position. It'll give them the chance to move on to another position above that. Quigg says that the next step is to be observant. Watch how your managers communicate and behave. Like I was telling you, to watch them how they dress, you need to watch how they talk and how they act with other people. And this will be a good example for you, and you need to take note of positive qualities. You also need to network internally. This is our final step that Quigg says is important. You need to be sure that you're in good relations with everybody at the company, not just the managers. So, once you receive that management position, do you give up? Have you made it? Is this where success ends? No. You have to keep working. You have to keep climbing. Once you climb these steps of success, your manager noticed your hard work and dedication, and it has finally all paid off, and you receive that management position. So let's continue on to how to be successful as a manager. All Business gave some tips on how to continue to be successful in your management position. They said get advice from the top. A mentor will help tremendously. If you just ask someone who is in the same position at a similar company, that could be very helpful because they'll be willing to give their tips because they'll think, oh, you thought I was successful and you want my advice? Sure, I'll give it freely. And usually they want to get this information out. Just find someone that you can have as a mentor. Second, step up and get involved. Get involved with projects that may not be required of you. Do not let it be about being recognized as much as your authentic interest in the project. Build your credibility. Become someone people can trust and respect. Build those relationships. Make sure that you communicate well with others and listen when they speak. People don't like people who just tell them what to do. They want someone who will listen to their problems and make it better. Be sure that people can trust you. Speak up. Volunteer to speak and work on your oratory skills and become a better presenter. This is very important as a manager that you be able to speak and give presentations, especially if you want to work your way up to that corporate step. Variety is vital. Take on new challenges, try different projects or job assignments. This will help you become more flexible anyway. So once you have mastered the art of being a great manager, how could higher-ups not take notice of you and want them to join them on the corporate ladder? Once you start climbing the corporate ladder, is that the end of success? Have you finally made it to where you need to be? Is this where you quit trying and working your hardest? Do you sit back, put your feet on that desk? No. You still keep climbing. Once you start climbing that corporate ladder, you have to be sure that you can prove that you're the best. This is not the end of success. This is where it begins. Steve Toback with CBS News wrote, 5 qualities to climbing the corporate ladder. Flexibility. Forget about your own personal agenda and be a team player. Swallow your pride. Honesty. Do not sugarcoat things. Tell us how it is. Complete and utter honesty at all times. They have to be able to trust you. Leadership. Encourage people to follow your leadership and commands. Once you have people following you, they'll know you're a great leader. Accountability. Own up to your mistakes. Don't place the blame on others. Intelligence. Ability to rapidly digest and analyze information. Reason. Solve complex problems and make critical decisions. You have to be book smart and street smart. Even when you get to what you think is the tip-top ladder of success, you keep trying and give it your all. Climb to get from mailroom to manager. You have to continue to climb that ladder even when you get a position in the mailroom. To get out of that position and move up, you have to show that you are ready and you can handle anything. You have to show that you are enthusiastic about your job and that company. Once you do move up to a managerial position, you still do not quit being enthusiastic about your job and learning how to do it better and being a trustworthy, hard worker. Even when you are at the top of the company, you still do not give up on your job. If anything, you work harder than before to prove that you are still worthy to hold that position.